Hey guys, welcome to Dan Reviews It, the Film Fanatics reunion. I've got Justin here.
Hey everybody.
Joe, welcome.
Greetings.
So this was Joe's idea to review this particular film for our big reunion because one of our most hotly contested films of all time on Film Fanatics in almost 4 years of shows was The Equalizer 1.
One.
For whatever reason.
Equalizer 1.
When we heard Equalizer 2 was coming out, Joe said, let's get the band back together.
Yes.
Let's talk Denzel.
Yes.
So here we are to do a standalone review for you guys of this film, The Equalizer 2.
All right, I will
Of
say...
all the movies to return for.
I will say,
well,
guys,
you know...
All right, look, I will take full responsibility.
Oh, you will.
This is my fault.
Well, think about it.
This is my doing.
They haven't made a God's Pocket 2.
No.
No, sadly.
They did make a God's Not Dead 3, but you didn't
missed
see
the
it,
boat.
did you?
I did not
I
see
didn't
it.
see it.
We
either.
did talk about it. We thought about it. We
Yeah,
did think
yeah,
about it.
no.
God's
it
Not
was-
Dead 3, yeah. But Equalizer 2, I think, is a movie we all at least could stomach seeing.
Yes,
I think
yeah,
God's
that's-
Not Dead 3 might have been pushing it a little
We
bit.
don't really like the God's Not
I
Dead.
mean,
movies
nobody
that much.
Not
failed The Equalizer.
No.
No,
Well, I mean, if
So-
it's about living up to the legacy, and I mean, you got to have Sorbo. If Sorbo came back, Justin's giving me some potential script
All right.
ideas. Like that's what we need.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. But let's get to the Denzel.
Do we have to?
Joe's going to give the synopsis since this is
I
his
guess.
baby, his brainchild. here.
Yeah.
So Denzel plays Fake Wick,
Okay. All right. Well, leading into this,
Jack Wick.
yes, Denzel Candle.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Basically, yeah. Kind of a little background on this. Like you said, Equalizer is a movie that we had some debate about, but has always kind of had like a weird special place in my heart because I just think it's a very silly concept that I just kind of enjoy because I don't take it that seriously.
Well, I think
Russian mafia.
Here's the
Yeah, mafia. Yeah.
Here's the reason
exactly.
I think the whole thing kind of started.
Go, well,
I was
help
sort
me.
of out of it. It was really between you two, but
It's true.
basically this movie came out about 3 months maybe after Wick.
Yeah.
But it's the same exact movie.
It's the
Pretty
same.
much.
It's the same movie.
It's a revenge movie where they're going after the Russian mob and where the lead character is completely invincible.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Unstoppable, another Denzel film. Let's bring them all in.
They're all related. Same
They're all
universe.
related.
Yeah.
Joe's point, I think, was that the movies are basically the same.
It's annoyingly so.
Wick maybe is a little better, but they're both kind of the same.
Yeah.
But you, Justin, if memory serves, graded Wick much higher
Yes.
than Equalizer. And I'm sort of between the two. Wick is certainly the better film, but I think I was more of like a B plus versus B minus kind of thing. You were kind of almost same grade.
Almost.
And there was a bit more of a disparity there.
Yeah. So it's
I
kinda
think
like
that's and
Good debate.
so
Yes.
the debate was, why, since it's exactly the
All right.
same movie.
All right.
So let's get to it.
All right. Well, basically, yeah. I mean, the comparison came out with John Wick, and I think the main difference is, which maybe why you guys liked it a little better, and I do too. John, he's got more of a style. Keanu Reeves can do the stunts. There is more technically going on there, whereas Denzel's character in this movie, The Equalizer, he's an older guy. He has to sneak up on people, and basically he just wins
I thought
he
the
has to
motivation
Yeah.
was better though as well in Wick.
Yeah.
Yes.
A more personal
Denzel just
motivation.
one day was like, eh.
You know what?
I
I'm
want to go
bored.
take vengeance.
I'm gonna go help people because
Correct.
I got nothing else better to do,
Yeah.
and that's
Yes.
what he does. And this is a follow up to that movie where once again he's like a Lyft driver now. That's his like undercover thing. Product placement overload. By
Yes.
the way,
Oh, yes.
but integrate into the plot. I'll give you that. But basically that's his thing, and he kind of listens to his passengers and does what the Equalizer does. He helps them out with their problems, and you get rescues. You get beating up the bad guys. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's the days and the life of the Equalizer. All right, this is okay. And then, well, we get his friend who was the CIA operative who was barely in the first movie.
I didn't even remember that he was,
And
to be honest.
Yeah,
I
same.
thought they created him for the new one.
No,
Yeah.
all I remember about her is that she was married to Bill Pullman, who had even a smaller role.
Oh, Pullman.
But-
He's always terrible.
But basically, the plot
Yeah, it was
is
Vera Farmiga, right? I did
Yep.
not remember her being in the first movie at all.
Yeah,
Nah.
but basically, what happens is he's trying to stay low, not get involved. But classic Godfather 3, they pull him back in.
Correct.
Yeah.
Something's going on over there. She gets killed, and then he's like, I got to find out what happens. And then it's, I'm the Equalizer. I'm on the case. And I'm on the case. And I'm waiting for action to happen, but I'm still on the case. And I've got like 12 different storylines that are kind of interesting, but they seem like they're in different movies.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah.
and then it's like, wait, didn't I sign up to see Denzel kick some ass? Wasn't that like
Great
the main
question, Joe. Please continue.
Wasn't that the main reason that I loved Equalizer and why I will still defend Equalizer to this day? Is that it's fun. It's a fun action movie. Where was the action? Where was the editing?
Okay, all
Where
right. Now,
was-
hold on.
where was- I'm sorry.
So I'm going to let you and Justin kind of really have the floor for this.
Okay.
Because this was your debate in
Oh.
Film Fanatics. So I'm just going to kind of say my piece
Okay.
and get out.
Won't be much debate for me.
Get Out's a much better film, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Than most, really, if I'm being honest. But, okay, so
What do you think?
here's the deal with this movie. I think the same reasons that Wick 1 was better than Equalizer 1 are still prevalent here with John Wick 2 and Equalizer 2. Now, obviously, there's a much longer time span. Wick 2 came out over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But Wick is stylistically better.
Yeah.
The motivation is better.
Yes.
The world created is better.
Yep.
Reeves is more believable in the role. And it's just a smarter film.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but with all that being said, I think the reason Equalizer 1 does work is because these movies are more of a sort of check your brain at the door kind of movie. I sort of liken it to like maybe a Fast and Furious kind of thing.
A little bit.
Like you don't go into this movie expecting deep plot points.
No.
You want to see Denzel kicking ass, and he does some of that in this film, not as much as in the
This
first,
much.
obviously.
Yeah.
But I think the reason Wick is so much better is because we all expected the same exact thing out of Wick.
Mhm.
We all expected, at least I did, to go into it thinking, okay, well, this is going to be a check your brain at the door kind of movie.
By the
This is going
numbers.
to be a by the numbers revenge piece. And it wasn't.
Yeah.
Whereas the Equalizer was. And that's why I think it's only really slightly less good than John Wick 1 because of that. You know, okay, they're two different kind of styles. Wick's smarter, but this is check your brain, and I have fun.
There's so much build up
There's
here
more
about these
fun with Equalizer.
these two. You're still talking about the first.
Or at least there should be.
Because
You're building up to this.
because it bears repeating
It
with
does.
Wick 2
It does.
versus Equalizer 2 because it's all of the same problems again.
Yeah.
I think he actually has, probably less motivation in this one than the first one even.
Somehow.
He has this kid that he's like mentoring, and in this completely unbelievable drug den scene where Denzel would have been dead before he entered the room.
Yes.
But
But he's the Equalizer.
But he's the Equalizer, so you can't kill him. And then look, I drove Uber. The lift scenes are completely unbelievable, and I take issue with that just because it's just how it would just be so easy to do it correctly, and they don't do it here. But yes, the biggest problem with Equalizer 2 is that the action has been skipped down. I think the action sequences when they happen are very good. I think the car chase scene was directed very well. When he's in the car with the killer.
Actually, you're right. The car scene was actually decent.
I thought that was the best directed scene in the whole film.
Yeah.
The standoff at the end is okay.
Yeah.
I like it less than the first one, but it is still kind of the same. It's decent. So I leave Equalizer 2 with a C+. I enjoyed myself in it. I wasn't bored. But again, Wick 2 was about the same as the first one, and this was a little bit of a decline, which it was already worse, than the original Wick. So
Man.
that's where I stand on the Equalizer 2.
Damn.
Seems like I liked it more than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did, man.
All right.
Well, it had further to fall for you.
It did. I had more of an attachment.
I think you went into it with higher expectations maybe than I did.
Maybe I was
Probably.
expecting more of the same, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Justin. You want me to just let me see the rest of it? I said a lot of it.
Yeah, already. I was going to say I want to let you finish your point.
All right. Well, yeah. Basically, kind of everything I said before. I think when you say they cut the action down, they really cut it down. There were a couple good scenes, but they're so scattered. And the thing that bothered me is, like, instead of picking one story where there is some heart, like in the first one, he had to protect the girl. He bonded with the girl. Okay, that's it. That's enough. That's fine. But this one, he's got this kid that he's mentoring. He's got this old guy he's helping with. He's got other people. Just like there's a couple storylines. They're all kind of cheesy. I think that there's this one scene where he's having heart-to-heart with the one kid, and Denzel is, giving his A game, but it just feels really out of place because they're in the middle of this drug den, just not leaving when these guys could come back. There's a lot of little logic things there that just, like, what happened? Like, they seem really disjointed. And I thought that the pacing, whenever there's not action, like, okay, it's cool that he's investigating leads, but there's not enough energy. It seems like Denzel's not bringing quite as much all the time. The villains and the plot are actually weaker than the first one. Like, they're trying to say something interesting, but it's so obvious who the villain is.
Yep.
And, it was kind of funny when, the Equalizer was unstoppable in the first one. Like, okay, it's still fighting a lot of guys. He's still going to win, but at least he could get hurt. There was some creativity with it. This one, he wins because the villains are stupid. They're so
dumb.
Pretty much.
Because I won't spoil it, but the end finale, you said it was okay. Not only was it poorly shot, and all the deaths were too quick, the final battle is ridiculous, and the decision they make to follow him where he is, like,
that didn't make
sense. So clearly a trap. Like, it was just weak. Like, that whole part of the script was just weak. So, yes, The Equalizer was not, like, the most high-octane, action movie ever, but it was fun, it was enjoyable, it was pretty solid and knew what it was. This one had less personality and less focus, and less action, which is the main thing you want in an action movie. There were little good things, but most part, I thought it was just, like, below average for me. It was like a C-. This movie was lame. It was lame.
Interesting.
Lame.
And now up to me. Here we go.
The big Fuqua lover.
Oh, yes. And
he didn't direct this one, though, did he?
I think
he did. He did.
He directed this
They
one,
made
too?
a big deal about the fact that this is his first sequel, man.
Yeah.
And what
I just knew it was Denzel's first sequel.
Yeah.
It was a bigger deal.
And what a sequel it was, right?
Yeah, it was a good sequel.
But,
to talk about.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm glad we battled it out over the first one because those two kind of had a little bit of a comparison. This one, it's like Apple and Rock.
Yeah.
John Wick Chapter 2 shows you how everything from the first one is a direct consequence and builds upon the mythology.
That's true.
Giving us a much more complicated world, a much more complicated protagonist, and a much richer and engaging world, leading to a great cliffhanger. Equalizer 2 is a borderline sequel in name only.
Yeah, I know, right?
There are virtually no callbacks.
He doesn't even really do the thing with his
he does it once. In like the first 5 minutes of the movie, not a spoiler.
1.5, I guess.
the watch he does a couple times.
Yeah. But literally, you could just like trim little parts of this script, throw in an entirely different person, call it an entirely different thing, and you wouldn't even know it was supposed to be a sequel.
That's very true.
It's insane. But alongside that, what I like about being a critic is that we get to see directors and filmmakers and producers and actors grow. We get to see them make mistakes. We get to see them develop it into artists. Fuqua just seems to go through the motions and just seems to play it safe through what he knows. He's done action movies. He's done action movies from the beginning. Say what you will about Training Day, but for the most part, he knows what he wants to do and he just keeps going at it. He doesn't really He doesn't try to do anything different. This time round, it's kind of sloppy. It's really sloppy at times. Mm-hmm. He's got some really interesting ideas for set pieces, but he shoots them in a way that's shaky. It's hard to tell what's going on. Blurry. It's blurry,
Close-ups.
It's way too close.
Yeah.
Like, the driving scene I thought was awesome in concept.
Yeah.
In execution, it is a hideously edited scene.
Oh, I thought it was shot very well.
It's still the best one in the
Oh, no. It's the best. It's the least bad scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But it's still like an editing nightmare. But what's really the most frustrating thing about this, I'm glad you two took it upon yourselves to do the synopsis. There were so many times where I was pausing in my own head and saying, Justin, what is even happening in this movie?
A lot of things.
I don't even know, because there's a murder mystery, there's a conspiracy, there's a revenge story.
Yeah.
There's
Don't forget the
poor
subplots.
Equalizer.
Oh, his depression.
Yes, it's
His wife. That's the only callback. Is the wife.
it goes
of the books.
in so many different directions, and it feels like Fuqua just couldn't tell what movie he wanted to make, so he said, "Okay, we'll stop here, throw in a new one." And oh wait, we got to end the movie now. So
rough.
big, cheesy, goofy final battle that doesn't really make any sense. It's just a shoddily put together movie on every single front.
I might be convinced to drop a little bit on this. Now, the more I think about it,
Like I left it thinking, okay, Denzel fans might like this movie, but it's not a good movie. It really, really isn't.
That's not good. No.
Like, it hurt me to watch this movie because I know Denzel Washington is a good actor. He's probably one of the best actors of his generation.
I definitely liked it more than you guys.
And it's just not a good movie. I leave this one with a D.
Man.
Wow.
Well, you loved Equalizer too.
No, I didn't love Equalizer 2.
Well,
There's some good points to be made for sure.
Yeah.
I guess I just sort of I didn't expect anything going into it, and
Well, you didn't have any expectations.
I
that's
wasn't
true.
bored with it. I do agree that the reasons for the anyway
The
at the
villain.
end yeah, spoilers aside,
It was dumb.
it was
It's
very
really
dumb. I really didn't like the lift part. That bothered me.
Always goes
It
back
really
to
did.
lift.
It does because like I don't know how hard is it to get that right. They like didn't do it, and then the old man he was with.
Well, all right. Damn, why did you like it more than I should think? Is there something else that you enjoyed?
put it over.
Well, I mean, you really liked the first one.
I did.
So this is clearly worse.
Yeah.
So I think your expectations were higher.
True.
Justin notoriously doesn't like Fuqua or the first movie, so
Less
Double whammy.
it's all right. It's worse than the first one. What'd you give the first one? Like a C- or something?
I think it was just a C, yeah.
So I mean, which I think the first one didn't deserve a C.
Mhm.
I don't think this one deserves a D. So it stands to reason.
Yeah.
I think from a logic standpoint, why I liked it more than you both. I guess I don't know.
Well, all right, Justin. What saved it for you? Why didn't you fail it? That would be interesting.
Okay, so what saves it? It borders on D-. I'll say that much.
The legendary.
The legendary D-. It returns, people. What can I say?
Video callbacks.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, pretty much what saves it is Denzel is legitimately trying, and he does have a few moments where he gets to show his dramatic chops, which is always enjoyable to watch. And when it tries, some of the stuff is interesting. Like, I really did enjoy the concept behind a couple of the fight scenes. The problem is, it's way too long, it's poorly shot, it's poorly edited.
It is a bit long. I agree with that.
little, yeah.
I don't think it was as badly shot as you guys felt.
A lot. I'll be honest. Most of it's just the action. I thought was too close, and that whole last final fight, it was just looked terrible. The editing was terrible. The lighting.
They tried to use CGI and
The
stuck out like a sore thumb.
All right, I have another theory of why I liked it maybe more than you guys.
Good.
Okay.
I have really been fed up with most of the movies I've watched lately.
Okay.
I thought Fallen Kingdom was terrible.
It was not good.
Jurassic Park. There was another action one before that I didn't think was any good. And so I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed this more than Jurassic Park. I thought, sadly, it made more sense than Jurassic Park.
Accurate.
So maybe I'm just kind of giving it the benefit of the doubt because I've been so burned lately by some of these horrible action movies.
They've had higher expectations.
I don't know.
For. Yeah, it's possible.
I'm very excited for Mission Impossible. I mean, it's at a 97% on Rotten.
Yeah.
I love the Mission Impossible series, so maybe that will be good. But
Hopefully.
I'm trying to remember what the other. There's another action movie that was real recent that I was like, this is
Skyscraper
terrible.
or something?
I didn't see Skyscraper or Rampage. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh my.
But I don't know. I mean, even I don't know. Even comedies, I didn't think Life of the Party was that good. I didn't think I Feel Pretty was that good. I don't know.
Hasn't been a great year.
Incredibles was good. I like that one.
Yeah,
No, it's
Incredibles.
good.
And I've seen a few that were good, but So I don't know. Maybe I just
Wow.
I wasn't bored with it. I thought Denzel was being Denzel.
Top tier for the year for you.
Yeah, honestly, at this point in time, it's probably my
Think we
top
can get-
20 of the year because I don't think I've seen more than 25 or 30 movies yet.
Oh wow.
So that could be something too that I just
Okay.
I thought
Yeah.
it made a little more sense than Jurassic Park, and I liked it more, and I don't know.
Yeah, I was mad.
I thought it was about on par with the Bruce Willis Death Wish, which was also okay, and that got slandered by critics. Did you see that?
I did not.
Well, you know, remake.
It's funny. I
Yeah.
wonder if the Denzel factor puts critics in a better mood, because this
does,
is basically the
probably.
same movie as Death Wish, but Death Wish was at like a 13% or something on Rotten, and Equalizer 2 is like 52%.
Yeah, it's more difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Denzel, you know.
Yeah, people just people
They give the
gravitate
benefit
to
of the
him.
doubt.
Yeah.
And that scene with him and the kid
That was
was
pretty
really good.
Yeah.
Why didn't they leave the stairwell though?
Yeah.
Like
You
you
would think.
said,
to have
like,
this conversation.
you know, the drug
Yeah.
dealers are still right upstairs,
and,
dude.
and you just
Yeah.
like so they don't know who you are. They
I thought the hotel scene at the beginning was good. I thought it was a good entrance to the movie.
It could have been a good scene.
You know, he said it could have been a good scene. But I think it was a good scene. I'm not exactly sure why he did that to them. That was
too.
never really explained, but
That as well.
that was shot. You know, the action, and he did the whole seeing thing Sherlock Holmes
yeah, okay.
style.
That scene
He did
with
that
the
in
hotel
it.
was good with
was
the
good.
with the college kids or whatever. Yeah.
So I don't
that's
know.
fine.
Mm.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
Like I said, there were things.
Yeah.
There were sporadically good things, but there wasn't enough consistency.
Oh, I agree.
Like
Yeah.
I was
I agree.
honestly.
But you know
bored
what?
sometimes.
Okay, you know what? It is not just a hair down from the first one. I guess if I gave the first one a B minus, I should give this one a C because it is
It's
a step down.
It's
It's a
worse
drop.
than just one little.
It's
grade
it's
down.
significantly worse. I
So,
think.
all right, you've talked me into that at least.
Okay.
It's still better than Jurassic Park, though.
Really?
Well,
Well, you-
yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that's
I
mean,
really didn't. Right?
Yeah.
You didn't,
No,
what'd,
it's.
what'd you give Fallen Kingdom? I don't know if you grade things, you know, other than the show, but
I'd probably put it around same like D.
yeah, it wasn't good. I gave
It was not a good movie.
I gave it a C minus, but boy, that was
rough.
really benefited the doubting it.
I hated it.
Yeah,
It wasn't good.
It is rough.
It
It's really
wasn't
rough.
good.
It was so
Yeah.
dumb. But that's a
Yeah.
conversation for.
But all right, well, anyway, that's Equalizer 2 and other things, as you'll get with the Film Fanatics crew.
As per usual.
But good reunion. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining up.
Thank you.
And for you guys out there, please subscribe to the channel and comment. Love hearing from you, be it positive or negative. Maybe you loved The Equalizer.
That'll be all the
Maybe
comments.
you're like,
what are you
maybe
guys
we're wrong.
talking about?
Best
Yeah.
Denzel movie since Philadelphia.
Convinced.
Yes.
Oh,
Clearly.
oh,
Or
for-
Fences.
For him to come back and
Fences.
make this the first sequel, though. This
The
was
first
the first
sequel.
sequel, and then Mamma Mia is the first Streep sequel.
Yep. What a
It's
weekend.
very interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
he's tapping into the old man
Um,
action hero, the Neeson's footsteps. You know,
That is true. Doing,
yeah.
doing the Neeson,
Maybe he's
doing the
like-
Willis.
Willis. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. But all right, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.